All right, go ahead.
Hey, shalom, shalom.
Go ahead.
Hey, shalom. Hey, first off, we like to give all praise to Kal Halal,
Hello.
Yahweh,
Yahweh.
Ba'ashem,
Hashem.
Yahushai,
Shai.
Ba'ashem,
Hashem.
Ruach, Wadash.
Wadash.
Double honors to the apostles of GMS. Double honors to the double honors to the apostles of GMS who have the 100% spirit of Yahweh Shemai Shai in them. Double honors to the Connecticut elders, our big brothers. Greetings and salutations to the brothers in this country and all over the world, prophesying the true name of what you people stupidly and ignorantly call God in Christ. The true name is Yahweh Shemai Shai, which is none other than the power of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and anybody who are descendants from those people on their father's side. Shalom to those who are scattered abroad, to the Akwath, to the Akim, okay? And I'm Yaikwab,
Zarkad.
okay? And we're coming at you with a show, all right, inspired by Yahweh Shemai Shai through Apostles Tahar, all right? Because what's today's date? The 8th. And this past camp was the 3rd. Third. Right? Yeah, 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah, this past camp was the 3rd. Okay, and after camp, as usual with the apostles, we always had a meeting and just discuss prophecy, discuss news, new info we share, and spiritual stuff we share. You know what I mean? That the Lord got to tell the apostles to tell us. So anyway, at closing that camp, Apostle R closed out with saying, giving a speech about the Most High's technology, and that Esau, the so-called white man in the nation of Edom, they've received something from the Most High, which is the Most High's technology, and the Most High's technology, which is like Elder was going in. I mean, this is our 3rd time recording this. We recorded, Satan. This is our 3rd time going after this, but he started the other shows. We're recording now, and Elder was bringing up the cell phone. Okay, and like Apostle R was doing that at the end of camp, he was going into the cell phone, like this thing here, just going into it. Like, hey man, everything you see, because I think he gave an analogy, like, yeah man, you see this 15 years ago, you're like, what the hell is this? You know what I mean? Even when we got in camp in 08, this stuff, the smartphone was just getting involved. Not anybody had a smartphone in 08. That was just coming into play, man.
Yeah, when we came in, you would have to use a concordance.
Concordance.
And then through the years we would use our phones.
Yeah.
And the elders were like,
these guys. Yeah.
Once you use concordance, brother.
Yeah,
These young guys. You know what I mean?
Now they're using phones.
But now, they use apostles.
Yeah, they're using phones now.
Now it's become normal. So
yeah.
What is that showing you? That's showing you that technology is speeding up at a rate unheard. Like, I remember if you see somebody with headphones that got wires connected to the phone,
you look at them
like, what the fuck?
Get your game up.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
So technology has definitely sped up drastically throughout even the past 10 years. So that's a proof of what? That's showing you that we're coming closer to Esau's apex technology, or his where he can't surpass, which is that RFID chip, man.
That's right.
That RFID chip, Esau can't. And how do we know that's going to be the apex of his technology? Once that is implemented, Esau's, according to prophecy, the Most High is going to take Esau out, man.
That's right.
So
come, man. Matter of fact, well, I'll read this before I get the script on technology. Okay, the definition. And that's heavy, man, because while we're talking, the elder's absolutely right, man. Even the beginning of when the apostles came out, of 07 till now, technology has increased. So that's something. This is a topic you can't deny. For unbelievers out there, anybody, you can't deny the technological advances. If I'm saying it right, or like you said in the previous show that I didn't go through. Like the beginning of the 20th century, right, in the 1900s, you know what I mean? Where technology was just being brought forth to society in a certain way. Right. Actually, let's read the definition. I'm going to bring the precept out, but just to understand, right? So technology, it says the definition is I get the conventional, then I get etymology. Technology is the application of scientific knowledge for practical purposes, especially in industry. Advances in computer technology.
An example. Yeah, just like a steam engine.
Yeah.
In the early 20th century, the steam engine was a great invention.
Or it was early or even late 1800s. But
right.
yeah, still the same thing.
Still the same era, right?
Yep.
Whether it's 20 years before or after 1900. That same era, that was what the steam engine was popular. That was an advanced technology.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you fast forward today, they have cars that just run solely on battery.
Yeah.
Like the Teslas.
Yep.
They run solely on battery, and you charge them. You go to a charge post and you charge them. 20 years ago, that wasn't really. It was a thing, but it would be like gas and
electric. Yeah.
And then the top speed would be like fucking 80 miles an hour.
Yeah. Something low. Yeah.
Something. But now you got supercars that are battery charged.
Yeah.
You know.
Go just as fast now.
That go just as fast. You know.
Mm-hmm.
That go just as fast as regular gas powered cars. So technology is so right. The definition of this is saying it's an application of certain knowledge for industrial purposes, right?
Yeah.
For practical and industrial, especially in industrial purposes. Yeah, especially in the industry. So, so that's true. You know,
and industrial, I believe, goes into basically work.
Yeah,
right. Like work, basically. Yeah, industry and work.
Yep.
So, and this is where you've seen these advantages, right? You've seen these advantages in your workplace. We're about to get into it. So, this is a detailed topic, but we'll get straight to the point. So, like the brother's going to, you got the steam engine, you got the coal engine, you got the steam train, remember the steam train, or not the steam powered, coal fired train. So,
yeah.
You know, those are all coming out at the same time.
Yep.
You know, and that was a big investment. The car. Yep.
That was the early 20th century.
The plane.
The plane.
There was the James brothers, the Wright brothers.
The Wright brothers, and I heard Jake really, you know.
Yeah, Jake, of course.
You know what I'm saying? He got to do his thing and steal everything, you know.
Yeah, which proves he's the devil. You know,
he's the devil. Yeah.
It says, especially in industry, advances in computer technology. It says machinery and compute. That's another, basically, another computer. It's just like basically like gigabytes of computer and data. You know, so even in info and data information or technology, that advances. You know, because there were computers back then, but they had computers the size of like this whole wall.
Yeah,
they had to plug some stuff up for this to happen. And now you have a computer like we're going to in your hand now.
Yeah, they got what
microprocessors,
micro technology.
Yeah,
where
nanotechnology.
I was doing, I was doing garbage the other day, and I saw in a garbage can a big ass TV, a big ass box TV. I'm like, damn, now TVs they're all flat.
All flat. Yeah.
I remember it was a thing to get a flat screen TV, but now all TVs are flat screen. All of them are flat. You can mount them on the wall.
Yep.
It's not like those big clunky, big box TVs that you used to have with the damn antennas poking out.
Yep.
With the fucking door and with the knob on it, you know, to change the channel and the volume.
Even the TV we got back in the day in 03.
Right.
Big ass 50
Yeah.
50 inches. That was a big deal too.
It was still a flat screen, but it still had a big back to it.
Big back to it, yeah.
And now they just got flatter and flatter. Now it's like a damn. You can get a fucking 80-inch TV that's like a fucking mirror. That's super thin, man. You know. So technology is speeding up. It's in hyperdrive, man. You know.
Matter of fact, before I go back to the definition, I'll just get some.
And really, all this technology, right? All this advancement is in this super technology, and this hyperdrive, is it all leads to their end game, which is that microchip.
Yeah.
You know, it all leads to what they really want to implement is that microchip. That's why they have smart TVs, smart watches, smart refrigerators,
the Internet of Things, basically.
Which is what. The Internet of Things. They want the 5G technology. They want everything linked into one, so they can basically track you and surveil you. That's the ultimate goal. Why? To be as the Most High, Ezekiel 28. That's their end game. That's their end game. You know.
It says this is Daniel's 12:1. I'll go to 4. I'll go read all the way down to 4.
Right.
It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. Mm-hmm. And there shall be a time of trouble, such such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, thy people should be delivered.
Right, and that thy people is speaking about the nation of Israel, but it's getting specific. It's speaking about the elect of the nation of Israel, right? So one group of Israel is going to go through pain and torment and punishment, atrocities. The other group is going to survive all that, and it's going to be worse than any time in history, ever in recorded history, not even pre-recorded, anything's recorded, but in the history of the
world
existence.
Bro.
There's never been a time that we're approaching.
That's right.
Especially for the you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. And you can go through history of all the times we were put into slavery.
Yep. Okay. That includes the Pharaoh of Egypt.
Right.
That includes all the other kingdoms, Greeks, the Romans, the Syrians. I mean, those are brutal captivities.
You can find it here, which a lot of people don't realize their histories in this book.
Oh, even in the book of Judges, 430 years of going through all those other nations, the Moabites,
40 years of peace, 40 years of slavery, right? All that, the time we're approaching now is going to trump all that, you know?
It says, in that time, thy people should be delivered, everyone that should be found written in the book.
There you go. The elect, the ones that are written in the book, the ones that are going to get that deliverance is speaking about the elect, nation of Israel. Okay? That's the time that one can say, oh, I'm saved. Once you're in them ships. In Christianity, they say, oh, you got to say Jesus Christ, and boom, you're saved. That's another lie, another failure in Christianity. Christianity was the worst thing that ever happened to our people, ever. You know? The worst thing that ever happened to our people was Christianity. You know? So,
it says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life,
right,
and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
So it's separating two groups of people. One group is going to wake up out of the dust, which means confusion. They're going to wake up out of the dust and be enlightened. The other group is going to not wake up out of the dust and die here in America. You know, just to say it plainly, you know.
Yep.
You know, one group is going to get delivered. The other group is going to die.
It says, verse 3, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the stars forever and ever.
That's speaking about the elect. Okay, the wise will receive what?
It says, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
Right, shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, meaning they're going to be enlightened, like I said earlier. Just you know, they're going to be enlightened. And by what? By the scriptures, by their history, by their heritage. Okay? By who's Esau, who's Jacob, the name of the Most High and the Son. That's receiving enlightenment. Also, what's to come? What's prophecy? Because knowing what's going to happen, that's being enlightened. You're aware now. And we know, according to the prophecy, the mark of the beast is with the mark of the beast, which is that RFID chip, is coming. And we know in the last days there's going to be a time of trouble, and before the Lord comes, and there's going to be an advancement in technology. You know?
Yeah, and even just to add what the brother's saying, the elder's saying, it says, and as they be wise and sharp, and they that be wise, which the elder's going to do, which are the elect, shine as the brightness of the firmament, also includes that the knowledge, like the brother's going into. Okay? Like the knowledge represents that brightness, that shine. Okay? So that's what that scripture is talking about. The brightness represents the knowledge, and it's not going to be more evident in these times right now that is going to shine, that our knowledge is going to shine through. And it proves that GMS does have that brightness, does have that shine, and we are those wise men, start with the apostles, because every time, even you mentioned at the end of camp last week, that there was a guy who, I think I mentioned there's something about the chip. Yeah. I said, don't take the chip, and then he turned around and said, oh, you guys are GMS, right?
Yeah.
So because the chip, the RFID chip, the radio frequency identification chip, which we're talking about now, because it's part of technology, right? That's the end game, man. That's the end game. That's the final piece, and that's the ultimate prophecy. like the brothers going into before through the Spirit, that's what's gonna that's what they're racing for to control the whole world. Okay, but I just wanted to bring out that again, the brightness represents the knowledge which none other than the GMS apostles and members on down have, because everybody's noticing. And as time goes on, hey, the men of the Lord, they will get brighter and brighter, and you won't be able to ignore it. All right, you know when something bright like that, you're gonna see it. So the brightness, which is the knowledge of Yahweh Shemai Shai, is going to shine forth through the GMS members, and that's happening. You got what's the dude?
Something
No. Well, yeah, the South Carolina brother, Manazak, lovely brother, man, through the Spirit. Had a family visited him out there. You know, well, I wasn't even thinking about that, but that's the Spirit.
You had another one too, another guy. I didn't watch the video. I saw the title. I saw a few minutes of it, but it was a dude that was with IUIC.
Oh yeah,
he was watching GMS and he left IUIC.
He left IUIC.
And he went to see the brother in wherever he was.
Oh yeah,
brother from South Carolina. Yeah.
See, that happened recently.
Yeah.
I didn't see. So that proves right there that brightness is shining, and you're gonna notice.
And you know. That's something undeniable, right?
Yeah.
You can't if the sun is shining, you can't hide from it, but for so long.
That's right.
You might be walking under a tree.
Tree up.
But the tree ain't as big as the sun. It's not big as the sky.
That's
Eventually,
right.
you're gonna you're gonna see the sun.